What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival, and today we're talking about like gray man get home, and essentially we're talking about what happens if a riot, chaos, disaster happens while you're at work and trying to get home. So on the average, most Americans work at least 30 to 40 miles away from their home. That's average. Some further, some less. But on average, some people work an hour away from where they live. Some people are traveling salesmen. So you could be much further than you expect. And you're gonna have to take these considerations into your get home plan. Now, what you need to ask yourself is, do you know multiple routes to get home? So if you're on the way home and something has happened, maybe there's a street riot or something like that, you need to go another direction. Do you know other directions? Which should be pretty simple, and it's probably wise to take different directions, just on occasion, just so you familiarize yourself with what's around you and the resources are around you. Another good thing is, do you have alternate transport? Now, I know this isn't gonna make sense for a lot of people, but I have heard of this working before. Kevin Reeve actually told us one time that he used to carry a bike on top of his vehicle. Something happened in the office he worked in. He wound up taking his bike down and riding home for the night. So something small, it wasn't catastrophic, but he had another option to get home. I see a lot of kids carry around bikes on their vehicles. Maybe they do it because they ride a lot. Maybe they do it just because they like to have it there in case they do want to ride. But that is an option you could have, or you can get those fold-up bikes that you've probably seen. That's just another option. I know that's doesn't make sense for a lot of people, but it is an option. Does your family know your plan, your routes, that you may take? Do you know your wife or husband's route that they may take? Do y'all have a rally point that in case you can't make it home, you can make it somewhere else? Or you meet up, you can have a place to meet up, in the case that going home is just much too dangerous. Having a rally point could be a friend's house, it could be a gas station, it could be anywhere, but just having a plan beforehand, because you may not have cell phone service, and it just gives you a good plan in the case. Or if something happens where you'll have to wind up getting together to ride together, you can do that as well. Do you keep a bag in your vehicle? Something in your vehicle that you may throw in gear you have in a backpack, or you may have it in a Tupperware container, but have some way to carry it if you do need to leave on foot. Basic survival items. I'm not talking about going to go build shelters and saws and all that kind of stuff, but just basic items, food, water, ways to get more water, maybe some light shelter, rain protection like a military poncho, a knife, compass, GPS, medical kit, all those type of things. And these are spare clothes, extra shoes or boots in case you do wear like high heels, if you guys wear high heels to work, something that you can put on if you have to walk back out. So just having a good kit, and these are some things that you can use, not just for a survival situation, but just for, different things that may happen, situations that may arise. Another thing is if you do have to leave, especially if you live in the city, it may not be wise to walk down the main straightaways, or main roads. You may want to go off on side roads, smaller roads, or small, I try to steer away from back alleys or anything like that, because could be, gangbangers or whatever hanging out back there. Somebody wanting to, take advantage of the situation. But trying to stay off main roads where you could be a target. So if you have children, this is another thing that you want to think about. If where they're at in location to you or your wife, who's closer, who would get them in a case of an emergency and things like that. Do your kids know what to do? They know to stay, they know not to leave with just anyone, and things like that. Maybe you set up a code word in case maybe a friend has to go pick them up, and they can say the code word to the kids so they know they can leave with them, whatever it may be. Also, not everything is apocalypse, but like I said, having provisions in your vehicle is a good thing. Snowpocalypse in Georgia a few years ago that shut down a lot of Georgia area, put a lot of people stranded in places. My dad actually, he was going to go get breakfast, and all of a sudden the cops closed the roads down, all the roads leading out of his house. So him and a group of other people that went to this restaurant had to sit there overnight, So my dad travels a lot, so he had, water, a cooler of water, he had a snowsuit and all that kind of stuff in his vehicle, luckily. But things like that, weird things like that can happen. So not everything is apocalypse, it could just be a bad situation. All right, guys, so I hope you found this video informational, and let me know your thoughts below. And as always, thanks for watching Black Scout Survival. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and take care.